Hello everyone, I Professor Bhavik Kumar M. Kataria welcomes you into the video series of computer networks. In this series, we will discuss unit number 1, that is introduction. Topics of the introduction sessions are understanding of network and internet. In this point, we will discuss basic terminologies like what is internet, what is network, what is computer, what is protocol, protocol standards, standard organizations like ISO, and then after few types of networks like LAN, MAN and WAN. Then after second point, that is the network edge and network core. In this section, we will discuss some of the contents which is feasible at a network edge and some of the contents are feasible at network core. Look like there is some topology of network like bus topology, star topology, ring topology, mesh topology. Some of the switching techniques like circuit switching, packet switching, message switching. Some of the media like guided media and unguided media. In terms of guided media, there is a twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, fiber optics. In terms of unguided media, like there is a radio waves, microwaves, infrared. So this entire thing we will discuss in terms of network edge and network core. Next topic that is understanding of delay. In this topic, we will discuss few types of delay like transmission delay, propagation delay, queuing delay, processing delay. Out of these 4 delay, 2 delays are important that is available into the consideration of timing, that is transmission delay and propagation delay, whereas queuing delay and processing delays are negligible according to their timing. In next topic, there is a loss and throughput in packet switch network. So after discussing the switching technique, we will go deeply inside the packet switch network and we will discuss whatever the loss or throughput is going to be occur inside the packet switch network. Then after next topic, we will discuss there is a protocol layers and their service model. In this topic, we will discuss 2 models, that is OSI model as well as TCP/IP model in detail, and all layers of both the model in detail like physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, and so on up to the application layer. And last topic, that is history of the computer network. So after discussing this number of topics, we will complete the unit number 1, introduction. So let's start today's session, lecture number 1, that is network and internet. So first we are going to start with the internet. So according to the visible figure, if you will look here, so there is a top side, there is a mobile network, and in between there is a middle part, you are able to see there is a home network, and below side you are able to see there is a enterprise network. So these are the pieces of network. In terms of mobile networks, whatever the device located, these devices are able to move from one place to another place. So this thing is known as a mobile network. Look like you are using a mobile phone while traveling, or you are moving with your phone. So your device is mobile. You can talk from any place. Same thing, suppose you are using a laptop or tablet. So in laptop or tablet, you can access the network from any place whenever you will bring your laptop or tablet with you. Another thing, in your vehicle, look like somewhere you are accessing a network in your car. So this thing is known as a mobile network. Then after there is a home network. In some of the cases, you are accessing a network at your home. Look like if you have a broadband connection, so you are using internet at your home. Same thing, suppose you are using in your system with the LAN cable, so that is a wired network. Suppose you are expanding this network with the Wi-Fi connectivity by using a router, so that is wireless connection or wireless network. So this thing is available at your home. Another thing, there is enterprise network. Enterprise networks means number of networks are used in corporate sectors, in offices, in malls, in multiplex, in colleges, in schools. So this thing is known as enterprise networks. In this enterprise network, number of users are greater as compared to home networks. Suppose you are using network at your home, so your family members are using the networks only. But whenever in terms of enterprise network, all stakeholders are using the network. Whatever the number of persons are connected with the organization. So there is high connectivity is required as compared to home network. Get it? But whenever you will conclude all this type of networks together, so that becomes an internet. So if we want to define the internet, so we can say that internet is an infrastructure that provides services to applications. So whatever the applications we are using in our normal use, like electronic mail, it means whenever we want to send any document to our colleague or our friend or our relative, so we are using Gmail or Yahoo Mail, whatever the services we are using. Then after web surfing, if we want to get or extract any information from the website, so we will use the search engine or reputed websites. Then after social networks like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, so these are the example of social networks. Then after instant messaging, like nowadays WhatsApp is very famous in terms of instant messaging. Then after video streaming or video conference is also famous in terms of corona pandemic. Most of the works carried out by the video conference or Zoom meetings and many other softwares. Then after distributed games. In terms of distributed games, people can play the games from their place by using the network like PUBG. PUBG was very famous, and due to this type of pandemic games, some organizations have taken the strict actions, some corporations taken the strict actions against this type of games. Then after P2P file sharing, P2P means peer-to-peer. It means one computer system can share the data with another computer system. Then after television over internet, like best example, that is a GeoTV. Nowadays, people are using the television channels in mobile phones at their home or at their offices. So this thing is a good example of television over internet. Then after remote login, whatever the if someone is doing a job or if some students are studying into schools or colleges, so they are using their IDs from their home, accessing the data from their home. Like students can download the class notes from their home by using the ERP softwares. Same thing, whatever the employees are there, they can track their record like their attendance, their leave reports. So this thing is a good example of remote login. So whatever the applications we are discussed here, so this all applications are possible to access by the internet. Next thing, that is network. Now, if we want to define the network, so we can say that network is a combination of hardware and software that sends data from one location to another location. It means main use of network is for the data transfer. Like right now, I am sending my video recordings to you. So that is possible by the network. Get it? I am sending my data up to you from my place to your place. So that is again good example of network. But it is a combination of hardware and software. Both type of devices are used into the network. So as you know, as per the persons from the computer engineering, there is no need to discuss more about the hardware and softwares. Hardware consists of a physical equipment and that carries signals from one point to another point of network. It means look like a cables. Suppose we are using a LAN cable for the internet access. So that is an example of hardware and it is carrying the data connectivity. And another thing, that is a software. It means it is consist of a instruction set. We can say that collection of instruction set or collection of programs also. This thing is known as a software. For example, if you are preparing a presentation of your project into the PowerPoint slides, so that is one application software of Microsoft. So many types of softwares are used into the network. So these are working for the network connectivity. So hope you are getting the meaning of network. But as we have discussed, there is a main goal, that is sending the data from one location to another location. So how this entire sending procedure will carried out? So this thing is available by the mode of communication. And this thing is also known as a transmission mode, which are responsible to transferring data between two devices. It means indirectly we can say that that is the communication between two devices. Look like somewhere we are meeting to our friends. So we are talking, hi, hello, how are you, and so on, whatever the formal talk we are making. So this thing is known as a communication between two persons. But in terms of network, whenever two devices are communicating, so this thing is called as a communication between computer devices. So this thing is carried out by the transmission mode. There are three types of transmission modes: simplex mode, half duplex mode, and full duplex mode. So let's understand one by one what are the variations in all three modes. So if we will discuss first type, that is simplex mode. If we are going to take the good example, so that is a radio or television broadcasting. Whenever you are watching television at your home, so you are able to watch and listen the channel only. Suppose you want to put one feedback from your side over there, so this thing is not possible into the television system. Another thing, suppose you are listening any radio channel like FM, somewhere RJs are playing good songs into the FM channels. So suppose you like one song, and if you want to make your comments over there, so this thing is not possible because communication is a one way. Only broadcaster can broadcast their data, and another end, whatever the device is there, so that device will become a listener only. This type of communication is known as a simplex mode. Another mode, that is a half duplex mode. It is look like a one-way road. Suppose you are driving your vehicles into the one-way roads, so you can drive your vehicles into one side only. Suppose after reaching few meters ahead, if you will think I forgot something So you cannot turn back on same road. So this thing is known as a one-way lane. Same thing in terms of half duplex mode, communication can take place from one side only. Get it? Look like, uh, suppose I am sending one video session to you. So if whenever I am sending one session to you in channel, so you are not able to send from your side. Suppose you want to send your data to me, so you have to wait and watch till the completion of communication from my side. This thing is known as a half duplex. In this case, both end can communicate and both end can send their data. But this thing is not possible at the same time. Suppose a device A is sending a data to device B, and same thing, device B want to send the data to A. So both thing is not possible at the same time. Whenever A will complete their sending procedure from their side, then and then B can send their data. Third thing, that is full duplex mode. Walkie-talkie is a good example of half duplex mode. Generally, walkie-talkie is used into the forest area or into the wildlife sanctuary where mobile network is not possible to establish. So foresters are using walkie-talkie due to the unavailability of mobile networks. Last mode, that is full duplex mode. As we know, we are very well aware with the full duplex mode because most of are using mobile nowadays. So mobile communication is a good example of full duplex mode. In this mode, both the people can transmit their data simultaneously. Whenever you are calling to someone, so you can speak or parallelly whom you are going to call, that guy can speak parallelly with you. It means from both the end, sending of data is possible, and this type of sending of data is carried out at the same time also. So this type of communication is known as a full duplex mode. Another good example, that is telephone. Right now most of the people are using mobile in place of telephone. That's why we have taken the example of mobile first. So this thing is all about mode of communication or transmission mode. In this case, we have discussed three modes: simplex, half duplex and full duplex. Hope you are understanding very well. Now, as per we have discussed, that is a communication between two devices. Devices means computer system. In terms of computer network, we will consider computer network as an end system or a system. So, as you are from the computer engineering or information technology branch, you know very well what do you mean by the computer. So that is your homework. You have to write the proper definition of computer, and you have to explain what is computer. Let's see next. There is a one central issue in terms of data communication. Suppose one device want to send their data to another device which is located into the network. So how this data communication is going to take place? So this thing is carried out by the application programming interface. In short, it is known as a API. So how this thing is possible through the API? So look like, if you know there is a postal service, whenever you are writing a letter to someone or you are sending a courier to someone, so what you will do, you will paste address of receivers and sender. Suppose from the Rajkot you want to write a letter to another guy which is located into the Ahmedabad. So you will write that person's name, that person's address, where that person is living, or a nearby famous place. So this thing you are writing in terms of address. Same thing, back side, you are writing your address. It means sender address. Suppose your cover is not able to deliver to your expected locations. So a postman can bring their cover back and again submit to you. This data is not able to deliver. Same thing, this type of functionalities are carried out in terms of computer network, and this thing is possible through the protocol. Protocol is a set of rules look like in terms of human being. Suppose we are communicating with each other, so we are starting with the hi, and same thing, some another persons who is able to talk with us, that person can reply with the hello, or same thing like hi hi or hi hello, or good morning. Anything is able to talk, or there is a starting of communication. So after starting a communication, suppose I am calling to you and saying hi, good morning, and you will reply yes sir, very good morning, and then after we will come to the our exact talk. What is the point of discussion? So we are not directly starting our communication, just we are checking the link, like someone is listening or someone is able to communicate with us. So there is a first word for the assessment of link, like link is working or not, call is exactly established or not. Same thing in terms of computer network, this thing is known as a TCP connection request. In terms of computer network, generally client is sending a first request. So whenever any client is sending a TCP connection request, so it will go up to the server, and if server is feasible to respond, then server will reply the TCP connection. And same thing, if you will look, there is a second thing, that is a get method. Get method is used to access the data. So after the get HTTP, there is a URL of some websites. From that website, client want to receive the data, like you are want to download the songs from YouTube. So you are writing www.youtube.com, and if YouTube is feasible to communicate, so if YouTube is allowing you to watch the video or to download the file, so that server will share video or their file up to you. So this thing is protocol in terms of computer network. So it is look like a same that is working on human being. But in terms of this protocol, some of the set of instructions are available. Look like why mainly protocol is working. So that is for the, if you are going to ask the question like what type of data is going to communicate, how this type of data is going to communicate, and when this type of data is going to communicate. So these answers are specified by the protocol, which is able to govern the data communication. And if we want to say more, so we can say that protocol defines the format and the order of message exchange between two or more communicating entities, as well as the action taken on the transmission or receipt of message or other event. It means whenever you are sending a message to your friend via WhatsApp, so if your friend will read the message, so you will able to see the blue color right arrows. So this thing is known as a recipient of message. It means your message is delivered. Get it? So this thing is possible by the protocol. So there are some key elements inside the protocol. These are the syntax, semantics, and timing. So first we will see what is syntax. So syntax is a structure or a format of data and bit reading. Bit means always computer is understanding in terms of zeros and ones. Get it? It means there is a binary data. So whatever your word or speech is there, it is going to be converted into the binary. So this thing is known as a structure or a format of data. Another thing, that is semantics. Semantics means meaning of bits and action of fields. It means if there is a 0 bit, so what is the meaning of 0? And if there is a 1 bit, so what is the meaning of 1? because every bit is representing some specific meaning, look like clock bit. In some of the cases, computer is using a clock bit, and whenever there is a 1, so meaning is yes, there is a green signal, or if there is a 0, so no, there is a red signal. Get it? So this type of semantics is a meaning of bits or action of fields. Another thing, that is a timing. It means look like a session. Suppose you are surfing any banking website and you are transferring amount to someone's account. So there is one timing is going to be set, like if you will access more number of times continuously, so after few minutes session will go to expire due to the security parameters or protection parameters. So this thing is comes under the protocol again. All these three things, syntax, semantics and timing. This thing is known as a key elements of protocol. Now there are few protocol standards are there. Standard means people are agreed upon few rules. It means like in our family we are living with the few rules, like during the evening time. Suppose there is a one specific dinner times, like 8:30 p.m. is a dinner time, so everyone have to reach before 8:30 at home for the dinner. Same thing in terms of computer network, there is some standard rules are there. Due to these rules, protocols are governing the data communication. It means generally we can say that there is a guidelines to organizations. It means organizations at least follow some set of rules. Which type of organizations? So organizations means it should be manufacturers, or they should be vendors, or they should be service providers, anyone. Manufacturers in terms of like they are manufacturing the hardwares or softwares. In terms of softwares, like there is a system softwares or application softwares. For the vendors, like those are selling the hardwares and softwares, like selling of computer systems and another hardware devices like memories, mouse, keyboards, any type of hardware devices. Some of the service providers, like internet service providers, like generally peoples are using the geo internet, so that is the trending services. So they have to follow some set of rules which is specified by the standard organizations. Before going to the standard organizations, we will discuss standard categories. There are two rules are categorized into mainly two parts. One is de facto standards and another one is a de jure standards. In terms of de facto standards, these are the facts or conventions which is categorized into the de facto standards. Whereas another thing, there is de jure standards. De jure standards are categorized as some of the laws generated by the government. So at least every country is specifying some set of rules or some laws. So it will known as a de jure standards, or whatever the facts or conventions are there, it will be categorized under the de facto standards. So let's see which are the standard organizations. So generally ISO is standardizing standard organization like international standard organizations, and some of the organizations like ITU, International Telecommunication Union. IEEE is for the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. ANSI is stand for the American National Standard Institute. So these are the standard organization which organizations are building or implementing some set of rules, and remaining have to follow these rules because these organizations are standard organizations. So guys, if you have any question or any query in your mind, so you can post your questions or queries to me into the comment box. I will try my best to answer your queries. Before completing the today's session, we will discuss types of network also. But before starting the types of network, I hope you are thinking about the image located into the background. So whatever the image you are looking, that is the Rancho school. Whatever you have seen into the Three Idiots movie. So backside there is a uh, Himalaya, and right now there is a face-off between India and China. So I will also look up to you Pangong Lakes in my new video series. But before going to complete, we want to discuss network types also. So let's see, there are three types of networks: LAN, MAN, and WAN. LAN is known as a local area network. MAN is stand for the metropolitan area network, and WAN is stand for the wide area network. So first, look, there is a local area network. It means for the network for the offices or organizations, like you are studying into the any institute or organization. So whatever the network building by your college or your institute, this network is under the category of local area network. Suppose some of the employees are working inside the bank. So whatever the network established by the bank for their employees, this thing is known as a local area network. Some people are working into the private companies. So whatever the network employees are accessing into their company whenever they are going for the job. So again, it is categorized under the local area network. Range is very short as compared to other network because it is designed only for their personal organization. Then after, there is next thing, that is metropolitan area network. So this network is located, we can say that it is in very much greater size as compared to LAN. It means inside the MAN more than one LAN can communicate. So we can say that like there is a one LAN of bank, one LAN of private company, one LAN of any institute or college, one LAN of any school. So this type of LANs are communicating with each other, and it will made one more greater network. This thing is known as a MAN, metropolitan area network, and it is for the entire city. Look like if you will look the television system, whatever you are accessing television channels at your home. So that is a good example of metropolitan area network. Next thing, that is a WAN, wide area network. It means worldwide network. Look like suppose you are calling to someone into the from India to New York or India to any other country. So this thing is carried out by the wide area network. It means there is a very longer range as compared to metropolitan area network. Same thing, you can communicate from one city to another city by using wide area network, like you are calling someone from Rajkot to Ahmedabad or Ahmedabad to Baroda, or Baroda to Pune, Baroda to Bombay. So this thing is possible by the wide area network. So this thing is all about the introductory concept about the internet, network and computer. One more homework for you, that is the comparison of LAN, MAN and WAN. You have to compare all these three networks by taking different parameters. Hope you are understanding very well today's session. In our next session, we will discuss network edge and network core.